Dear students, myself Gundappa Kulkarni, Department of Mathematics, Dr. R.B. Patil Mahesh P. College, Hubballi. Now I am going to start a session of KCT JEE class on complex numbers. So this is the session number 2. So in this session I am going to take some more important points of complex numbers as well as the previous year questions asked on the topic complex numbers. Polar form of a complex number Z. We will see the meaning of polar form of a complex number. Polar form of a complex number Z is equal to x plus iy. We have x is equal to r into cos theta, y is equal to r into sin theta. Therefore, students, z is equal to r into the bracket of cos theta plus I sin theta is said to be the polar form of the given complex number z is equal to x plus iy. See student, so this is the complex plane. So that in this one here we can see that P be the point which represent the complex number which is at a distance from the origin, that is taken as a small r is equal to modulus of z, and that line made by the point P which makes angle theta with the positive direction of x axis. Here r is equal to square root of x square plus y square is equal to modulus of z, means which is here geometrical representation of a complex number in which that modulus means it is nothing but the distance between the point and the origin. So which can be represented by modulus of z, so which will be equal to square root of x square plus y square is called the modulus of z, and theta is called the argument or amplitude of z, which is denoted by argz, means argument of z. Students, try to remember that polar form, that is z is equal to r into the bracket of cos theta plus I sin theta. So now we will see how we can find out the principal value of argument of z. Let us see here. So this is, here we have 4 quadrants. So in this one here, that first quadrant, in that first quadrant, that x and y both are here positive and positive only. In the second quadrant we have negative and positive, means that x is negative, y is positive. In the third quadrant both x and y are negative. In fourth quadrant x is positive and y is negative. According to the signs of real part and imaginary part, here we can find out the value of theta. The value of theta means this is the value of the argument which satisfies the inequality that theta is greater than minus pi less than or equal to pi is called the principal value of argument, where alpha is equal to tan inverse of modulus of b by a, so which will be an acute angle. And principal value of argument z will be alpha pi minus alpha minus pi plus alpha and minus alpha, as the point z lies in the first, second, third and fourth quadrant respectively, means that the principal value of z, if that z lies in the first quadrant, then the principal value of argument of z will be equal to alpha only. If that z lies in the second quadrant, then the argument or principal value of argument of z will be equal to pi minus alpha. If the complex number lies in the third quadrant, then the principal value of argument of z will be minus of pi minus alpha, and if that complex number lies in the fourth quadrant, then the principal value of argument of z will be minus alpha. So according to the quadrant, here we can find out the principal values of argument of z. So this is the small theory part about here polar form of a z and also the principal value of argument of z. So based on these concepts here, we will solve few important examples of KCET. Let us start the first question. If modulus of z minus 4 is less than modulus of z minus 2, its solution is given by option A, real part of z is greater than 0, option B, real part of z is less than 0, option C, real part of z is greater than 3, option D, real part of z is greater than 2. So this question is already asked in AIEEE 2002. Let us see the solution of this given question. Let us consider the given statement, that is modulus of z minus 4 is less than modulus of z minus 2. Let z is equal to x plus iy be the complex number. Therefore, here we can replace the value of z in the given inequality. So we can write it as here x minus 4 plus iy, because if we are replace x plus iy means, so we can separate real part and imaginary part. Therefore, we can take it as x minus 4 plus iy, so whole modulus, which is less than, again here also we can replace the value of z in the RHS part. Therefore, it becomes x minus 2 plus iy after separating the real part and imaginary part. Dear students, that modulus or magnitude of a complex number, so which will be equal to, that is square root of x square plus y square. So similarly, here for the right hand side, here we have, that is magnitude of x minus 4 plus iy means we have to take the square root of sum of squares of real part and imaginary part. So both sides we can take that square root and we can cancel that square root here. Therefore, we can write simply as x minus 4 whole square plus y square, which is less than x minus 2 whole square plus y square, because already we have removed square roots on both sides. Now we can expand by using the algebra formula. So x minus 4 whole square plus y square is less than x minus 2 whole square plus y square. On either sides we have y square, so we can cancel y square and y square. So remaining is x minus 4 whole square is less than x minus 2 whole square. So x minus 4 whole square can be expanded as x square minus 8x plus 16 is less than x square minus 4x plus 4. Now we can simplify this one. So first cancel x square and x square on both the side, and here minus 8x can be transferred to the right hand side and 4 will be transferred to the left hand side. Therefore, it will be is equal to 12 is less than 4x. Now we can divide both the sides by 4. So we will get, that is x is greater than 3. X is nothing but that is the real part of given z. So the real part of z is greater than 3 will be the answer. Therefore, the right option is C. So this is how to find out the solution of this given problem. Let us go for the second question. Argument of the complex number minus 1 minus I root 3 is. So options are, option A is 2 pi by 3, option B is pi by 3, option C is minus pi by 3, and option D is minus 2 pi by 3. So let us see the solution to find out argument of z. Now consider that given complex number as z is equal to minus 1 minus I root 3. Then here we have to find out the argument of z mean. Let us consider alpha is equal to tan inverse of modulus of b by a. So here b is imaginary part and a is real part. Therefore, we can replace the values here because a is minus 1 and b is minus square root of 3. Here we cannot consider I, just we have to consider the value of b here because the complex number is always in the form of a plus ib. Therefore, alpha is equal to, that is tan inverse of, that is we have, that is whole modulus of root 3 by 1. So, root 3 by 1 means here we can take, that is as here, that modulus means here we can take it as positive only. Therefore, it is tan inverse of root 3 means which will be equal to pi by 3. Now, we will see that z lies in the third quadrant because both real part and imaginary parts are negative here. Both are negative means definitely this z lies in the third quadrant. Therefore, we can find out the argument means theta will be equal to, that is minus of pi minus alpha. So, alpha is already equal to pi by 3. Therefore, minus of pi minus pi by 3 will be equal to, mean that we can replace the value of alpha here, that is pi by 3. Therefore, minus into the bracket of, that is pi minus pi by 3 will be equal to 2 pi by 3. Therefore, the answer will be minus 2 pi by 3. Therefore, the right option is D. So, this is how to find out the argument of the given complex number. Let us consider the third question. The modulus and amplitude of 1 plus 2i divided by 1 minus of 1 minus I whole square are. Option A root 2 and pi by 6. Option B 1 and 0. Option C 1 and pi by 3. Option D 1 and pi by 4. So, this question is already asked in Karnataka CET in 2005. Let us see the solution of this question. First, consider the given complex number, that is 1 plus 2i divided by 1 minus of 1 minus I whole square. So, now we can simplify the denominator first. So, write the numerator as it is 1 plus 2i divided by 1 minus, that is 1 minus I whole square will be equal to, we can write within the bracket only, that is 1 square is 1 and plus I square is minus 1 and minus 2i, means 1 minus I whole square can be written as 1 minus 1 minus 2i. Now, we can multiply that minus sign outside to the terms within the bracket in the denominator. So, that 1 minus 1 will be cancelled. So, by multiplying minus to all the terms, the remaining is 1 plus 2i in the denominator as well. Therefore, we have 1 plus 2i divided by 1 plus 2i. So, numerator and denominator both are equal here. So, we can cancel them. The remaining is 1, means we can write that complex number 1 as 1 plus 0 into I. Because we have to express in the form of a plus ib, then only we can get the modulus and amplitude of the given complex number. Therefore, this given complex number will be equal to 1 plus 0 into I. Therefore, modulus is equal to 1 because the square root of 1 square plus 0 square will be equal to square root of 1 square. So, the square root of 1 square is equal to 1 only. Therefore, modulus of this number is 1. Now, to find out amplitude, this theta is equal to tan inverse of b by a. So, b is what here 0 and a is equal to 1. So, tan inverse of 0 by 1 means that is tan inverse of 0 only. So, tan inverse of 0 is equal to what? That is 0. Therefore, the modulus is 1 and amplitude is 0. Therefore, the right option is B. Similarly, take the next example or the next CET question. If z is equal to 1 plus I, then the multiplicative inverse of z square is. Option A, here where I is equal to square root of minus 1 and option A is equal to 2i. Option B is equal to 1 minus I. Option C is equal to minus I by 2. Option D is equal to I by 2. So this question is already asked in Karnataka CET in 1999. Let us see the solution of this given question. Let us consider the given complex number, that is z is equal to 1 plus I and I is equal to square root of minus 1, which is already given data. Now squaring both the side, here we have z square. We get here z square is equal to 1 plus I whole square. Now we can expand this 1 plus I whole square by using a plus b whole square. Therefore we get 1 plus 2I plus I square. So I square is equal to minus 1. Therefore 1 plus 2I minus 1. So 1 minus 1 will be cancelled. The remaining is 2I, means z square is equal to 2I. See students, we have to find out multiplicative inverse of z square. Therefore since it is multiplicative identity, so we can find out the multiplicative inverse of z square will be equal to 1 by 2I. So that 1 by 2I means here we can multiply and divide by I only. So whenever you have that I in the denominator, so just we can multiply and divide by I here. So now we can simplify this one, means here it becomes I divided by 2 into I square. So students, so that I square will be equal to what here again, that is minus 1. So therefore just we can replace the value of I square, so it becomes minus I by 2. Student, so whenever you want to find out multiplicative inverse of a complex number, if that complex number is present in the denominator, then you have to consider the conjugate here, that we have to multiply and divide here. So if it is only I mean, so that we can multiply and divide by I only. So after all the simplification, so we have the multiplicative inverse of that z square is equal to minus I by 2. Therefore the right option is C. Similarly, we go for the fifth question. The amplitude of 1 plus root 3I divided by root 3 plus 1 is option A pi by 3, option B minus pi by 3, option C pi by 6 and option D minus pi by 6. So this question is already asked in Karnataka CET 1992. Let us see the solution of this given question. Let that z is equal to 1 plus I root 3 divided by 1 plus root 3. Dear students, so here already we have the complex number form in the numerator already. Therefore we can take it as here 1 divided by 1 plus root 3 plus I into root 3 by 1 plus root 3. Means just we can assume that it is a complex number. So we can just imagine in the form of a plus ib. Therefore here that a becomes 1 divided by 1 plus root 3 and b becomes root 3 by 1 plus root 3 after dividing separately 1 plus root 3. Therefore amplitude of z or argument of z will be equal to, that is tan inverse of b by a. So b is equal to what here, that is root 3 by 1 plus root 3 whole divided by, that is a means that is 1 divided by 1 plus root 3. Therefore here we can consider that amplitude of z formula, that is tan inverse of b by a. So now we can cancel the denominators in numerator as well as denominator, because 1 plus root 3 is there. So after cancelling we have tan inverse of root 3. So by using the trigonometric table, so tan inverse of root 3 will be equal to, that is pi by 3. So this is how to find out the amplitude of the given complex number. Therefore the right option is A. So dear students, so these are some important questions based on polar form of complex number. Here we cannot here consider more examples, because this chapter is connected with some other chapters of second PU syllabus also. So there we will see some more important problems afterwards. Now I am going to end this session. Thank you students.